Peer mediation, I'm pretty sure it's when the mediators, they help people out with their feelings and like work out their problems.
I think peer mediation is getting help from someone your age because it's easier to talk to them than talking to your counselor or a teacher or your parents even.
I think peer mediation is like students helping other students with any type of issues.
I think peer mediation is a chance for students to work out some of their difficulties on their own without necessarily taking it all the way to the principal's office or administration.
Peer mediation is a student-based conflict resolution group where they come in here and it's like confidential just to solve their own problems.
Students helping students coexist.
What's really important for people to understand about the peer mediation program is it's mostly run by students, and us students are just like the people we help. We are just students. We're not miracle workers, but we do try to help solve the problems as best as possible.
In peer mediation, we help kids who can't get help by the school system, teachers, or anyone else. We take them in the room, we explain the rules, what happens, and then we try to help them.
We're here mainly to help you help yourself and to solve your problems through your methods, but with our guidance.
I started peer mediation at RHS during my counseling internship in 2003. During that time, there was a serious violent incident that took place where an ex-boyfriend seriously injured his girlfriend during the school day. As a result, the principal at the time, Mr. Johnson, realized the need and the importance for a conflict resolution class here at RHS. I taught peer mediation as a class for 10 years where I trained peer mediators. After training, we worked on problem solving, communication skills, and other various skills important to being a good mediator.
We can't force you to come to peer mediation, like coming here is a choice.
Yeah, it's definitely a will factor on how willing both parties are to be able to solve their issues together and, like they were saying, increase the peace.
Everything that happens in the peer mediation room stays in the peer mediation room. We actually have everyone that comes in here sign a contract. If there's one or two mediators, we sign the contract as well, and everyone that's getting mediated signs the contract. And basically it's just a confidentiality agreement. Like when everybody signs it, it's just saying that everything that happens, in this room stays in this room. And then the contract gets locked up, physically locked up in the cabinet. And only Mr. Robertson has the key to open it, so nobody will ever know what happens in here.
We take all of our mediations very seriously. These aren't jokes to us. We do wholeheartedly want to help people solve their problems, and that's why we do the whole contract thing, to make sure that this doesn't become gossip, because it's not. It's serious life issues that we're trying to help people resolve.
We just try to get them to come up with a resolution, and then while the peer mediation is going on, we have to remind them that they're here to solve. They're not here to fight. It's not to argue. It's definitely to vent and to understand the actual core of the problem, and then find a resolution.
And your problem could just be singular. You could just have issues going on in your life and you need to talk to someone about it. So it's also just, we're here to help you. Help you feel better and feel better about your life and make better choices.
Peer mediation is a good experience and it helped me out through a lot of my problems.
So from a mediator standpoint, I think it really helped me understand the kind of people that are walking with me in the hallways or in my classrooms, because sometimes you do judge people in the hallways, or you think that they're this way or the other way, but they're really just people and they're just like you, and it makes you connect a little bit better and see them for who they are.
I joined peer mediation because I was very interested in going into the psychology field, and it's all about, how people think and helping people solve their own problems.
This program has given me the best experience for my future career. I also decided to go into psychology. I want to be a psychotherapist for adolescents. So helping people through their problems through the peer mediation program is so beneficial for me, and I think it's so beneficial for everybody else involved as well.
way people get into peer mediation is either referred to by a counselor or it's referred to by a teacher if they're noticing something's going on with this kid or if they're just acting a little different, and we'll just come and talk to them and see what's going on. You can put it in the peer mediation locker, which is down the green hallway, and it's very confidential that way. That way you can just like write a note saying so-and-so needs to be mediated, they're having problems.
It's all anonymous.
And I think that's definitely the best part about it, is because a lot of people want help, but they're too afraid to be like, this is what's happening, this is my name, this is my grade, help me. So by putting it into the locker, you don't have to worry about that. Everything stays hush.
All you need is love. All you need is love.
Process of working with clay. First you start off with wet clay and you have to wedge it to get all the air pockets out of it. And then depending on what you're making, if you're making a coil pot, you have to roll some coils, and then you scratch and score your clay and put slip on it. Slip is watered down clay and it acts like glue and it holds two pieces of clay together. So you lay down some slip and then you put two pieces of clay together and then it holds. So you just kind of repeat the process and build coil upon coil until you get the pot that you're looking for. Okay, so before we can put your clay project into the kiln, you have to let it dry out. And drying out can take anywhere from 1 week to 2 weeks depending on the project. If you put wet clay into a kiln, it will cause your project to explode because the water heats up and it wants to boil inside the clay and it has nowhere to go, so it blows up your project. So you wait 2 weeks and then it goes into the kiln. You fire it, it goes up to around 1800 degrees. And then you have to let it cool down, take the projects out, and then depending on your project, you will either paint your project or you will glaze your project. And if you glaze the project, you have to put it back in the kiln, fire it back up to around 1800 degrees for it to turn to glossy, pretty glazed clay. It does bother me when people think art is a blow-off class, because it's not. You actually have to work hard in here to come up with good creative ideas. It's not like math class or sometimes science class where you have a definitive right or wrong answer. There are multiple solutions to a problem in this class. Some are better than others and you have to figure out the best one. The art classes that we offer at the high school are ceramics, 3D design, commercial art, graphic design, and then you have drawing 2, advanced ceramics, advanced 3D design, and directed study. How many years of college does it take to be an art teacher? Generally around 5. You have to go through your 4 years of college and then you have to do student teaching. I went to Michigan State and they require a full year of student teaching there, so that's why it took a little bit longer. Scholarships for art, yeah, there's scholarships for any pathway you choose, really.